everyone. I am sitting next to my divination altar or divination station. This is also where I have offerings for my spirit friends and things like that. So yeah, but today's video is going to be interesting, I would say, because as you can tell, I probably posted a video before this anyways, that there's a sandwich and a cup of coffee. Now, and also, I have some incense going in him. You can barely see it on camera, but there's definitely some burning. It's dragon incense. Dragon's blood. So I wanted to tell you guys something really interesting that happened recently. I'm sorry if the audio is a little weird because I had to adjust the camera phone in my hand. But my mom, she went to a yard sale and she bought, I'm gonna guess like 2 items from someone who had passed away, and things started to happen. And for those of you who don't know, I went to go see my beloved, who is also my twin flames, in Indiana for 2 weeks, and when I got back, it was the 16th to the 17th. And when I came back home and things like that, I noticed that there was things in my room that was moved that were perfectly fine before I left, and I was like, who did this? And I thought my mom did it, but she didn't hear nothing. She didn't go anywhere near that area of my room where the things were moved. So yeah, and then that was like the first thing I noticed that was off when I got back. Then another presidential debate. When we were watching the presidential debate, I had my laptop in my room. It was asleep, so I couldn't really cut on, and out of nowhere it cut on and it started to play music, and I don't have music on my laptop. The only way you can play music is if you're on YouTube on my laptop, and that's where it went, and it was playing one of my songs that I have a playlist of and stuff. And then when that happened, I thought, okay, it's probably a good idea to try and see if there was a spirit, and to see who they are, and just, yeah. And when I did that, it was like an old guy that I saw, and he was actually next to the pictures of me and my beloved that are in the corner of my room that were moved. And I was asking him, like, are you lost? Are you just, going through with it? And my hand's getting tired. And he was telling me that he thinks he was going through, like passing through and stuff. But he looked at it a bit distraught. However you say that. Distressed though, definitely. And I asked him to give me an initial of his name or a nickname he had. And the first nickname he gave me was Gene. And at first I thought he was like messing with me, like, oh, okay, he's thinking or telling me that his nickname is Jeans, like the kind that you wear. But then he ended up telling me his name, which was Eugene. And then kind of disappeared. Now, sorry. Just yesterday, which is what, the 25th? And I think today's the 26th. That's my mom talking to our cat. But yesterday we had another occurrence. My mom was in the shower and she heard someone banging on her door and singing something, and it sounded like a guy. And she came in my room and it was like 12 a.m. We were going to bed really late and she was getting washed really late. And she came in my room telling me what happened, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it's that one spirit. And we ended up trying to like talk to the spirit and things like that, and she was scared that, he was probably upset that she has his radio or stereo and his pajamas and things like that. And I was trying to tell her, like, no, that's not the case, that he seemed to not really know that he had passed on, and then there was a part of him that seemed like he did know, but he didn't want to believe. So, yes. And then, I told my mom about, like, the first time when I was asking him and who the spirit was and things like that, and I was telling her that it's like an old guy and his name was Eugene and that his nickname was Gene. And so my mom thought to look at the Flagstaff, I live in Flagstaff, Arizona, the obituaries here, and you would not believe what we found. We basically had found that there was an older guy who looked just like the guy that I saw, and his name was Eugene, and I was so blown away. She was blown away. I'm not gonna say his whole name just because, he does have family here, and I don't want, I want to keep it a little private. But other than that, his name is Eugene, and that his nickname was Gene. And, as soon as I read that, he was, like, close by, and he seemed to have, like, he came to an understanding that he had passed away, but he didn't seem upset about it or anything. If for anything, his energy just felt so uplifted and just so nice. So
bad.